Jason, what about Matt? Who do you think you see Matt fall for first?
Who do I see Matt falling for first?
I'm pulling for Epiphany.
I'm going to tell Sonia you said that. She'll be thrilled. Actually, she probably will. I know Sonia. Sonia's great to work with. I think my thumb today. I didn't see anything. Who do I see Matt with? You know, it's interesting.
Maxie, Eminem.
Should I go?
I feel so bored.
All right, Robbie, let's get another question.
So this is another one for Bradford. From Carla from New York. Do you nickname people in real life, and do you drink orange soda?
I'm not terribly creative in real life. I call people mostly by their names. Kirsten. Yeah, Brandon, Julie, Jason. So no, I like kind of being direct to people. I like to look people in the eye and say their name. So I'm not a nicknamer, and I do love orange soda, which is a good thing, because I have to drink a lot of it. I had to switch to diet, but I think they snuck the regular back in. So maybe that's why I'm feeling a little strange tonight.
Well, a little bit along those lines, how often are you referred to by your character name when you're out and about?
All the time. It's funny and sometimes strange when you're walking down the street and maybe one person out of 30 recognizes you and they just scream, "Jackal!" and everyone gets really scared. They assume like I'm some international terrorist. Remember that movie with Richard Gere, The Jackal? Yeah, someone gave me a VHS of that once. That was a good gift. Thanks everybody. Great movie. Bruce Willis. And Richard Gere was in it though, right? No.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that?
I own that movie too. Oh no.
Julie, you got married this year, right? In real life?
I'm taken. Sorry.
Where did the wedding take place? There was a pretty big wedding in the castle.
It was in LA. We got married in a church, and our reception was looking at the ocean at a house, and it was fun. It was a wedding. It was awesome. And the rest is a secret.
It was magic.
Robbie.
It was a lot of magic.
Carly, Janice, and Alicia's mother would like to encourage her daughters to go to college and wants to know if you went to college, all of you, and where.
No.
You went to
Right on, baby. And we highly recommend college for everyone.
College is
hardly a highlight.
Except for me, a couple of us didn't go award finish. I didn't finish.
Well, I went to I highly recommend it, but not if you want to go for sports.
That's just cool.
Yeah, so especially if you're figuring out acting, this is something that we get asked a lot. If you want to have a career as an actor, how do you get started? And to be honest, I started in theater in high school and continued in college for a year and a half where I got snatched up by Days of Our Lives. So I mean, like, that's probably like the best for this industry, but like, I always wake up.
Go to college.
Yeah, and if you want to finish college, don't go on a soap opera, because that won't happen.
All right, we do have time for one more question, and I'll ask it. We'll just go down the line, because we have so many fans here every year, 13 years, screaming, especially General Hospital. It's a very, very strong show at the General Hospital. Are starstruck, and I want to know who makes you starstruck? Who would you fly with?
On the plane here, I think the Floridians will appreciate this. We walked into our plane in LA, and sitting there in the first row was Dan Marino. It was so funny because, we are people that are sometimes used to being recognized, but there was nothing more fun than sitting behind Dan Marino and watching everybody walking on the plane. And I guess predominantly we're used to female people coming us. But
Eliminate the Spinelli, watch this.
But the cool thing was watching like these huge guys like walking onto the plane and going. Incredible. It was absolutely good.
But you were a Patriots fan, though.
Oh my God. When I lived in New York, When I lived in New York, I worked at the Plaza Hotel as a waiter, and one time I waited on Tom Brady. I gave him some orange juice and a chicken. It was great.
Kirsten, who likes you, sir?
I think it would probably just have to be anybody from the shows that I watch regularly. There are some people, some of the actors on soap operas that I've just kind of grown up watching. I'll run into at events. Yeah, it'll catch me off guard just because I'll have been watching them on television for the last 10 years. So that was crazy for me, especially starting on General Hospital. My first couple weeks there, I don't even know how I got through it. I was just so excited to work with everyone that was on that show. So, I don't know, that's it. Reality shows, Project Runway, Top Chef.
I guess Star Trek every time I work with Kirsten, actually. Okay, that too, but funny story to relate to, so, I was coming back from a PA one time, and this is when I was on days, and I was sitting next to Drake Hogeston. We were coming back from some crazy event up in Toronto, and like he says, "Hello, John," and I was like, "Is he talking to his character right now?" I was kind of confused. Drake plays John on the show. For those who don't want to see. So John Delancey pops up from right in front of me. I was like, "Holy!" I can't say it. Doesn't he say it? It was John Delancey. It was Q from Star Trek. And all of a sudden, I was like, Q! You're the master of the universe! And of course, John used to be on Days a long time ago. I didn't know that until then. And that guy is an incredible actor. So, yeah, I'm red now. I was red then. That was awesome. It was cute.
Julie?
I've been trying to think of someone. Gary Busey's really scary. I saw Gary Busey! Yeah, I agree.
Let's go make some magic!
Magic! Bear. Oh, yeah, Bear, the guy who eats snakes and stuff. Bear vs. Wild.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If he wasn't eating snakes, I would hang out with him.
Megan Leslie.
Okay, let's see. Probably, I would have to say Gary Oldman. Because, he's a pretty brilliant actor. But I don't know if anybody out there is a Boston Legal fan. I was a while ago working at a clothing store trying to pay the bills, and James Spader walked in. And I had talked to him on the phone a couple of times, and he comes in and he goes, "Brandon, I need some underwear." And it was like Alan Shore was right in front of it. It was really funny.
He was surreal.
He was in character, yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for being here, okay? I know it's